Okay, so I found the problem with the front end, had a little bit of play. I kind of knew it when I put it back together, but I wanted to see how it would feel, and it was definitely noticeable. So I replaced the triple tree bearings, and this upper bearing race had play in it. It doesn't now because I'm in the process of fixing it, but it would just slip in there. So these should be press fit. So you would usually have to hammer this in or press this into here, but this would slide in, you know, very tightly, but it would slide in and you could slide it out, and it just had a teeny bit of wiggle room. So that was the play. So I'm fixing that right now. So the way to fix a triple tree bearing that has play, so this is the race. So the race has the bearing sit in it. So these are roller taper bearings. So this bearing goes into here and sits in here, right? So this bearing goes around the top of the triple tree. So that bearing goes around the top of this, and this is the race. So this gets pressed into the top and bottom of the frame. And if your frame or the bearing, you know, maybe for whatever reason this doesn't fit in correctly, it slips in because it should be a friction fit, so you should have to like hammer it in or press it in. But in my case, this one was just sliding in. So the way to fix this is you need a chisel. So you take a chisel, and I don't know if you can see, but I've made little indents around the edge of where the race sits. And what you're doing is you're hitting this in, which is then deforming the metal. So it's obviously making a press in, but then that metal that was in it comes out just slightly. So now there's ridges all along the inside edge of this. So that's how you're gonna get the friction fit. And then you need to get some Loctite 660, and this is designed specifically for press fit repairs worn shafts and housings, for repairing bearing races. So this is like a type of quick metal that has a lot of fill property. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna clean the race really well. We're just gonna brake cleaner it, get all the stuff off of this. We're gonna clean up the inside of here really well of any fluids. Then we're gonna go ahead and lay a nice little bead around the edge in here, and then we're gonna hammer or press the race back in. And that's how you repair a loose bearing race in a motorcycle steering head. You could probably do this for other things too. I found this solution online. I was pretty happy I found it because I was pretty bummed about this. I wasn't sure how I was gonna fix it. So yeah, so now I'm gonna go ahead and do it. So we're just really making sure that this is clean in here of any residue. Now we do only have one shot at this because taking this out is really not even going to be an option. So now we're just gonna let it cure for a few hours before reinstalling everything and putting it back together. And my hope is it'll work. So what you're doing there is by making dimples and making the metal wedge out, you're making it so that the bearing will friction fit. So you have to press it in, it no longer can free play. And then you use the Loctite 660 as the filler. So it's a metal filler, so it's gonna fill in the gaps and make it hopefully a solid fitting. Now we've got it in there. There's Loctite at the bottom, and then there's also Loctite I put in the top around the rim. because I'm really trying to make this one and done as I'm upgrading these bearings to roller taper bearings. So yeah, so hopefully this works, and if it does, that's gonna be huge. Peace.